I've been preserving tomatoes this way for 10 years. The sauce is delicious and everyone will love it. Hello, it's great to see you again on the Clever Tricks channel. Tomatoes get soft, wrinkled, or even moldy after a few days? Don't worry. With just a glass jar and clean water, tomatoes can stay fresh longer than you think. Today, I'll share 3 extremely simple ways to preserve tomatoes. No chemicals, no fuss. Anyone can do it at home. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Method 1. This is the simplest way to preserve tomatoes. The first and most important step is to wash the tomatoes thoroughly. Place the tomatoes in a large bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Fill with water. Soak the tomatoes for about 15 minutes. This step helps remove pesticide residue from the tomatoes. Then drain them thoroughly. This step is very important to prevent the tomatoes from becoming soggy or spoiling quickly. Arrange the tomatoes in a glass jar. Pour water over the tomatoes until they are completely submerged. The water will help isolate them from the air. This is the secret to keeping tomatoes fresh longer. Cover tightly. Store in a cool place or in the refrigerator. Change the water every 2 to 3 days to keep the tomatoes fresh. After several days, the tomatoes will still be plump, not wrinkled, not moldy, and when cut open, they will still be fragrant and juicy. This method is very simple but surprisingly effective. Method 2. Store in Ziploc bags. Once the tomatoes are washed and dried, the next important step is to sort them into different Ziploc bags according to ripeness. This may seem like a small thing, but it's very important if you want to keep your tomatoes for a long time without them spoiling too soon. Divide them into 2 groups, firm, unripe tomatoes and soft, fully ripe red ones. Prepare a few clean, dry Ziploc bags. Prepare a few clean, dry Ziploc bags. Then put a kitchen towel at the bottom of the Ziploc bag. This layer of towel will help absorb some of the natural moisture from the tomatoes. Moisture is a major cause of mold and spoilage, especially in a closed environment like a Ziploc bag. For firm fruits should be placed in a separate bag. They ripen more slowly and can be stored longer. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Conversely, soft, fully ripe red fruits should be placed in a separate bag because they are easily bruised and often release ethylene gas, which speeds up the ripening process of surrounding fruits. After arranging the tomatoes in the bag, suck out as much air as possible to reduce oxidation. You can suck out the air by gently sucking it out with a straw, or place the end of the bag near the nozzle of a hairdryer. Cool setting to suck out some of the air. This limits oxygen exposure to the tomatoes, helping to slow down spoilage and extend their shelf life. Then, seal the bag to prevent air from getting in. Once you have 2 separate bags, one with firm tomatoes, one with soft tomatoes, store them in the crisper drawer of your refrigerator. Before putting them in, line the bottom of the drawer with a clean, dry towel to absorb excess moisture and keep them clean. Place the bag with firm tomatoes on the bottom and the bag with soft tomatoes on top to avoid bruising and make it easier to get the ripe ones to use first, helping to limit waste. If after a month the tomatoes are still fresh and show no signs of spoilage, you can repeat this process to extend their shelf life even further. This method is especially useful when you can't go to the market often or when you want to stock up on tomatoes while still maintaining quality. Method 3. Prepare 2 kilograms of tomatoes. Cut the tomatoes into 4 parts. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. One bunch of dill. 1 bunch of parsley, assorted herbs. Use the stems as well. Don't throw them away. Cut the vegetables into bite-sized pieces. Place the vegetables on a plate. Cut them into thin slices. Arrange the onions on a plate. Slice the garlic thinly. Next, take 400 to 450 grams of onions. Put the garlic in a small bowl and set aside. Now you have all the ingredients ready for cooking. Next, I prepared a clean, dry glass jar. I used a 1.5-liter jar. Place 1 clove of garlic at the bottom of the jar. Add a few whole black peppercorns. Add herbs. Add tomatoes. A layer of onion. Add another clove of garlic. Add herbs. Continue filling the jars with tomatoes. Another layer of onions. Dill and parsley. Do the same with the remaining jars. 1 clove of garlic. Dill and parsley. Black pepper, tomatoes. Onion, garlic, dill, and parsley. Tomatoes. The final layer is onion and herbs. Pour boiling water into the jars. Seal the jars tightly. Let stand for 15 minutes to allow the ingredients inside to heat up. After 15 minutes, pour the liquid from the jar into a pot. I used a special strainer for this. Now, boil the liquid to make the sauce. For a 1.5-liter jar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 18 grams, 2.5 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of refined, odorless cooking oil. Bring the sauce mixture to a boil. Pour 25 milliliters of 9% vinegar into each jar. Pour the boiling sauce over the tomatoes. Tighten the jar lid securely. Cover the jars with a large warm towel and let them cool completely. They can be stored at room temperature for up to 1 year, so I've shared 3 very effective ways to preserve tomatoes. Which method did you like best? The video ends here. If you have any opinions, please leave a comment below. If you found the video helpful, please like it. Don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel to show your support. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.